Alright, friend. Let's talk. Off we go. Let's talk about these friends of ours. Can I just be frank with you? You want to know one of the reasons why you get so disappointed with people so often? Because you hold them to a standard that they are incapable of meeting. You see, the older I've gotten, the more I've realized that I'm going to meet more toxic people than not. And I mean, let's just be real. We all have toxic traits. Certain people just need to be cut out. Other people may not be full-blown toxic, but they definitely have some traits, so they just need to be compartmentalized. Some friends are only good for having a good time with. If it's fun and convenient for them, they'll show up. And there's a select few that will actually be there for you when you need them. You're paying attention? It doesn't take long to figure out where they belong. Alright, my friend. Let's talk. Let's go. I hope your coffee's strong, because we're going to be doing some thinking. I want you to imagine that you're a restaurant owner, and you're online looking at feedback. You have 100 people that gave you great feedback, but you have 5 people that didn't like your food. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing some reflection and seeing if there's anything you can improve on. But would you lower your prices? Not likely, because you know the quality of your food. So just in case you're not tracking with me yet, when you know your worth, the opinions of others that contradict your worth, they start to mean less. And the moment that you discover your worth, well, that's the moment you stop offering discounted rates. Alright, friend. Let's talk. Let's go. One of the most emotionally damaging experiences that you can have is realizing just how little you meant to someone. And it is so hard not to internalize that. Like, it's hard to not take that as a sign that we lack something in our worth or that we're not enough, when it actually has everything to do with them. Because would you keep any kind of relationship with someone that you just didn't care about? Probably not, because you do care about people. You're not just using them for what you can get out of them. Alright, friend. Let's talk. Let's go. Today is not the day. Today is not the day to give up on yourself. Today is not the day to convince yourself that it was better with them than without them. See, when you're dealing with toxic or narcissistic people, it's going to be hard with them or without them. If you continue to have this person in your life, it is always going to be hard. But you stay the course on this healing journey of yours, yeah, it's going to be hard for a little bit. But here's the key difference. You go back to them, you give up your power. But if you stay on this journey, you're taking back your power. And nothing they have to offer you will match the price of your power. Alright, friend. Let's talk. Let's go. I have an analogy for you today. I want you to think about a time where you've accidentally injured yourself in some sort of way. Like whether you just had a scrape or whether you broke a bone, something like that. The actual moment when you got injured maybe took a couple of seconds. But depending on the level of the injury, it could take days, months, even years to fully recover. Emotional injuries work the exact same way. It takes 1 second for someone to say you're worthless, but it can take years to undo that damage. But here's my point. You don't get mad at your body when it takes a little while to heal. So why are you mad it's taking you a while to heal from this toxic person? Alright, friend. Let's talk. Let's go. I had someone on a one-on-one call the other day ask me, when do you know it's time to cut a toxic person out of your life? And the reason they were asking is because they believe in weathering the storm with people. There's a very big difference between weathering the storm with someone and someone just being the storm. Weathering the storm is when 2 people form a partnership that decide to face the challenges of life head-on together. Being constantly told that you're the problem, that's not weathering a storm. Being lied to and manipulated, that's not weathering a storm. Not having your basic needs met, that's not weathering a storm. All of that, that's abuse. Alright, friend, let's talk. Let's go. One of the most common questions that I get asked is, how do you trust people again? And because often we feel like we missed all of these signs with this person that we just cut out. But for most of us, if we were honest with ourselves, we didn't miss the signs. We just chose to ignore them. There were probably a lot of things that you noticed that made you go, Learning to trust other people actually has very little to do with other people. It's about valuing yourself enough to not ignore your own intuition. Because unfortunately, we just got a really hard lesson on what happens when we do ignore it. Alright, friend, let's talk. Let's go. I want to tell you guys a little bit of a story. When my narcissistic ex and I first got together, we used to live 3 hours apart. And I remember driving past his exit for the first time after we broke up. Who knew that a street sign could be a trigger? But the thing was, it actually made me think about all the good times in our relationship. You're gonna have moments when you remember the good times. So what do you do when that happens? I learned to appreciate that I was able to walk away with good memories. But unfortunately, most of the good times were there with an intention. And all of the good memories added together, they don't outweigh even one bad memory. Alright, friend, let's talk. Let's go. You know, one of the questions that we ask ourselves a lot after we cut out a toxic person is, I wonder if they knew that they were toxic. There's a reason we do this. See, when we were in the relationship with them, we got into this habit of excusing their toxic behavior. It's part of the reason we kept them in our life so long. But here's the unfortunate truth. They will probably never label themselves as toxic. They may not know what gaslighting and blame shifting and deflection, they may not know what that means. But that doesn't mean they didn't know what they were doing. Which also means you no longer have to continue to make excuses for their behavior. Hey you guys, thank you for watching this video. I wanted to come on here real quick and make sure that you knew that my course, Breaking Free from Rumination, is now live and available. This course is designed to help you heal from the pain of narcissistic abuse, specifically the betrayal, and help you regain your peace by overcoming this obsessive thinking cycle that we all find ourselves in. I really truly believe that this course is going to help you do in 6 weeks what took me 6 months, because I was having to figure this out all on my own. So I took everything, all of the tips, all of the tricks, combined it into a 6-week course with specific homework, specific strategies, with scientific-based articles. There's multiple different videos from authors and other creators to help explain all the parts that keep us stuck in this obsessive thinking cycle. So please don't wait any longer. It is available for you now. Just go to the About Me section in my profile, go to the Beacons link, and you'll find it right there. Please continue to follow me for all of my free content on this platform. And as always, I am so grateful to be a part